Good evening, mistress.
Good evening, Genie. Where are you?
I am here, mistress. Can you not see me?
Would you like to come into shot so that people at home
Shall I
can see?
pop up, mistress?
You pop up, yes.
Good evening, mistress.
Good evening, Genie.
I am the genie of the tankard. What is your wish, oh mistress? Dearie me, we are getting desperate, aren't we?
Yes. Sorry.
What are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about Pardon My Genie, Series 1.
Pardon My Genie by Bob Locke, starring Hugh Paddock as the genie
Yes.
and Roy
Roy Barraclough.
Barraclough as
Mr. Cold.
Mr. Cobbledick, who runs a hardware store.
And Ironmongers.
Yes. As it says on the side of his van, Thos a Cobbledick, which is just, I think, Bob Locke's excuse to be filthy, isn't it? Excuse me. But the genie is Hugh Paddock in season 1.
Yes.
They get a new genie in
They
season 2.
do get a new genie in season 2, and we have to watch that to find out how they swap the genie over.
Yeah, because it's David Jason's
older brother,
brother.
Arthur White, who played the police sergeant in A Touch of Frost.
Okay.
With a little bit of gravy on
Okay.
his face.
Right. But we watched this evening My Fate is Killing Me, which was the episode I blogged about
Today.
From the 1st of May 1972. I suppose we should explain the sort of setup of the series. That
Yes.
the genie is the genie of the watering can,
yes.
isn't
You
it?
find that
Hal Adin.
yes,
That's his name.
who works in the Ironmongers,
Yeah.
finds a watering can and he's cleaning it, so he rubs it and up pops the genie
Yeah.
and grants him wishes,
Yeah,
which usually go wrong.
because the genie is about 4,000 years old,
Yes.
isn't it? Because that's what they mention his age in this one. But the quote here is, Hal and the genie help with a local jumble sale, but things get muddled, which is why the vicar gets an unexpected wash. Oh, well, yeah, sort of, I suppose. And PC Appleby's goldfish has a nasty shock. Well, that doesn't really explain the plot at all, does it? But guest starring Geoffrey Lumsden, original ITV transmission, 1st of May 1972.
I wasn't even born then.
Were you, what, first? Oh, no, you weren't. Well, you were blimey. Well, I was about, but I certainly have no memory of Pardon My Genie. So why did we add it to our collection? Because we got it a couple of years ago now.
I don't even remember. I think it's because we'd watched all the Rent-A-Ghost we had.
Which wasn't much.
Which
we
wasn't
had
much.
season 1
We
of
had season 1 on
Rent-A-Ghost.
DVD.
That was all that was ever released on
Yes.
DVD, wasn't it?
Yes, and then the BBC, when the BBC store was around, they released BBC One, so I bought BBC One, Series 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, and I bought Series 1, and they also released Series 2. And before the BBC store closed last year, we managed to watch all of Series 2.
Because effectively we got Series 2 of Rent-A-Ghost for free, didn't we? Because
they lent it to us.
You paid for it.
Yeah.
Paid for it. We watched it.
Yeah.
Then you got your money back because they shut down. So that was very nice of the BBC to give us free episodes of stuff. Thank you very much. They should do that more often, shouldn't they? We should come to an arrangement where they give us stuff. Yeah, maybe one day.
So I think because there was so little Rent-A-Ghost available, other than what was on YouTube, which wasn't much, I thought,
But this is very much proto-Rent-A-Ghost, isn't it?
Yes,
because we've talked about Robert's Robots on episode 23 of Round the Archives, which I uploaded to YouTube
today,
this morning, which made me think about Pardon My Genie.
All right, yeah.
Because we haven't even finished the first disc off, have we?
No,
there's one about a doll's house or something, and we haven't seen the doll's house.
I don't know if we've seen the talent show one either.
That's which one's that? Well, that's the Susan Penn-Halligan one, isn't it? I think we have seen it.
I don't remember it, but
yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, you get a couple of decent sort of guest stars, don't you? But the whole thing is very familiar
yes.
Bob Block humour, isn't it? It's all to do with misunderstandings, taking phrases literally.
Yeah.
So you can see that the genie is very much like Mr. Claypole, isn't he? That there's an awful lot of, like, you'll say a thing to the genie or Mr. Claypole, and he'll take it absolutely literally and fulfil what he thinks is your wish.
The thing about the difference between the genie and Mr. Claypole is that the genie is basically, Mr. Claypole is because he's a sprite. He's mischievous.
Right.
So sometimes he does do stuff
just to be naughty.
Just to be naughty, where the genie only does stuff wrong out of not quite understanding what Howard said. But then, as he says in this one, in the modern day, people don't say what they mean. They'll say something, but that's not actually what they want.
Well, that's the thing. The genie is trying to help, but it's to do with the sort of ambiguity of language.
Yes. That he's not absolutely clear.
Yeah. So
he'll just say something. Like he says, you can blow me down.
Blow me down at the end.
So he blows him down.
So the genie gets, goes...
and blows him down,
like that.
Yeah.
And they have to get the wind machine out to blow everybody
over. Yeah.
But we open with the genie having driving lessons.
Yeah, why can't he be seen? Doesn't it look more odd that he's
the van's driving along
and the van's driving
there's
itself?
Nobody behind the wheel. But
surely if you just put him in normal clothing...
Hal is in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Now this troubled me, and I've not mentioned it in the blog, but if the genie is driving the van under the instruction of Hal, and yes, they've got the L plates up, which is, very proper, yes. But the genie should surely have a provisional licence to be able to do this. So how did they get the provisional licence for the genie? Because you have to fill in things like your age and your address. And okay, so he lives in a watering can, that's fine, I just wonder what he put for his address. The watering can, Thomas Cobbledick's Ironmongers, and then there is the address on the side of the van, which, if you look at the blog, you can see.
I see what it is.
But then you have to put age 4,000 years and things like that. So I'm just troubled about how they filled in the paperwork. I really don't know. But I'm assuming he's got a provisional licence, because if not, he's going to be in trouble with the policeman later on. But you have this thing that there's a policeman who keeps sort of coming across their activities, don't you?
Yes.
Constable Appleby. And again, this is sort of familiar from Rent-A-Ghost, because there's various policemen that get involved in Rent-A-Ghost. And it's this thing that as a kid would always frustrate me, that it would be a secret that there was a genie, or a secret that they were ghosts, or as with Robert's robots, a secret that they were robots. To me, it was frustrating that a lot of the problems that occurred to them
happened because it was kept secret.
Because they had secrets.
Yeah.
If they just come out and said, we've got a genie, or we've got a ghost, or we've got a robot, a lot of the problems would have been, dealt with before they'd happened.
But then it'd be no story.
Well, no, because as I said to you, it's just come to my sort of realisation that when I wrote the Toby and Lucy stories, available on Lulu, Toby and Lucy Volume 1 by Andrew Trowbridge, we have very weird things going on in those stories.
Yeah.
But I didn't want the piddling about that you get by having the police not know about the secrets. So, I wanted to involve Warren in the story. Yes. But because he was a policeman, I wanted him to be helpful.
Yes.
Not us having to keep hiding things
including,
from his character.
On one occasion, having to send him a message that the battery had run out on the phone that we used, because the characters used a phone to time travel. And the battery ran out, didn't it? So I can't know, how did he do it? He had to send back a battery.
He had to send a message via his great-great-great-grandfather or something.
No, this is in the Bacon one. The phone on the battery wears out.
I honestly can't remember.
And then this is like Middle Ages, 13 something, isn't it?
I honestly can't remember without looking it up.
Yeah, but there is one where his great-great-great-grandfather sends a message back, and you get it, and it's all faded.
Yeah.
It's like, please come and help.
But
because people are disappearing.
I think this is a result of being really frustrated with these sort of stories as a kid. That just tell the truth, and it would advance the story. So yes, you get the policeman, but it's the bit where the car is like flying over the countryside, and Hal gets out with his umbrella and floats down like Mary Poppins. But I like the way in this one the policeman goes, "Well, you've not broken any laws,
so I'm just going to walk away.
I'm just going to ride off on my bicycle, slightly slip the chain when I do it, because you can see that his feet go wrong." But it's one take only show, and that's it. But yes, you've got Jeffrey Lumsden as the guest star, Captain Square from Dad's Army. The thing about the genie having to wear sort of inconspicuous clothes.
They're a real weird mix of
It's a sort of leather jacket that might belong to some sort of Hell's Angels. It says dinosaurs on the back.
Yeah, it's got a dinosaur thing on the back. Yeah.
There's a load of like chains hanging off it. There does appear to be a swastika on it. I had to be very careful when doing the blog not to use that picture.
That, yes.
And he's
got a bowler hat.
He's got a silly bowler hat on as well. But you know, I've got a lot of time for Hugh Paddick.
Yes, I mean, Hugh Paddick is taking it seriously. He's not hamming it up, is he?
Well, it's a ridiculous character to be asked to play,
and he's doing it really well.
But yeah, he does some real good boggly-eyed stuff when he's casting his spells. But to me, Hugh Paddick, you know, I know from Round the Horn.
Round the Horn, yeah, Julian and Sandy.
Yeah. I don't know really much else acting-wise that I've seen him in. Can you think of anything?
Yeah, he's in a Campion.
All right, what's he in that?
I can't.
He must be pretty old.
He was getting on a little bit by then. Yeah. I think he might be playing a camp theatrical.
Because he's not exactly young in 1972, is he?
No, 19. I think he was born in the 20s.
Is he in any good old days that we've seen?
I don't remember seeing him.
I can't think, but.
But I like Hugh Paddick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a good characterisation for the genie, as you say, and yeah, he convinces me that. Yeah, it's a hard part to play, I think.
Yes.
And it would be very easy to
overplay it,
to overdo it.
And it will be very interesting when we eventually unearth Series 2 to see how Arthur White plays it. To see if he goes with a different approach.
Yeah, I don't know. But what do you think of it as a series overall?
It's a little bit shambolic, and it's very much a Bob Block series. In the fact that it's silly.
Yeah, but I don't really mind that sort of in itself. I like the imagination of it.
Yeah.
And from a technical point of view, they are trying some fairly inventive stuff. Because the whole stuff with the flying car, as I said to you, well, this is in the Harry Potter films, isn't it? The flying car. Yeah. But they've got one day in the studio to do it, and they're doing it obviously with CSO. But it's not awful.
No, I've seen worse.
And again, Rent-A-Ghost doesn't Rent-A-Ghost have does the car fly in Rent-A-Ghost? I really don't know. I know the house does, doesn't it?
Yes.
The house sort of moves up the road or something.
Yeah, they moved they're moving house.
So they move the house.
They actually literally move the house. Yeah. Yes. And then when they put it back, it's the wrong way round. So they can't get out the doors.
Oh,
They've put it in so that the doors are facing the wall of the next house.
Yeah, okay.
So they can't get out.
But let's talk about Roy Barraclough briefly as well.
Yeah, Roy Barraclough is always good value in whatever he's in. Yeah. Whatever he's in, he always gives it 100%. And this is a little bit odd in some ways because he's playing it, to my mind, a trifle camp.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But he's got a daughter.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she's in
What was she in?
Patricia Cobbledick.
All right. Oh, blimey.
She's in some of the earlier episodes of the series.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he's a little bit camp. But I think they just wore Barraclough.
I noticed the 2 director credits here.
All right, okay.
There's 2 director credits. One is for Vic Hughes.
Again.
Mm.
He's just on contract to Thames.
Well, this is it. This is the Thames system in that it's staff people exactly the same way as the BBC works.
Yeah.
So Vic Hughes, who I assume is on some of the other ones, doesn't actually specify. But this one that we saw tonight was Robert Reed again.
Robert Reed, yes.
And it's amazing. As we keep doing Thames things,
we keep seeing the same names.
We keep going, oh, that's Robert Reed as well, because wasn't he? He's Whodunit, and of course Keep It in the Family as well.
Yeah.
So I just think that's brilliant. That you really do.
You've just got this little family of directors and
people that just keep on doing the same shows.
Excuse me.
So yeah, you know, I guess sort of ambitious in sort of terms of what you're trying to put on screen. It doesn't always come off. Of course it doesn't.
No, it does. You never get 100%.
But yeah, I love the way it says from the creator of Rent-A-Ghost.
That's a recommendation
as well. There you go. Well, it is to me. That,
I love Rent-A-Ghost, and I am different from you because I know you like the early stuff. And I don't really remember the early stuff, but I remember the later, more slapstick stuff with McWitch and Dobbin, the pantomime horse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much of the original 3.
And Bernie St John, St John, the dragon.
Don't go into the cellar.
And Queen Matilda. There was a picture, actually. Somebody put a picture up the other day.
Because you were trying to find Queen Matilda stuff, weren't you? And I did manage to find a little bit,
tiny bit, yeah.
I mean, that's the trouble. That yes, Pardon My Genie and Robert's Robots are now available, but the big gap in availability is Rent-A-Ghost.
And the problem is because it's a BBC series.
Yeah, but
I do wonder whether they released series 1
as a test,
and either it didn't sell very well, or somebody who was in it objected and they couldn't release any more.
I mean, I certainly would be very interested in seeing more Rent-A-Ghost.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more later stuff, certainly. Because we watched one on, because there are the odd episode or 2 on
there's the
YouTube.
odd later one available.
And there's the one with the rubbish robot, Jeremy.
Oh, I know.
And he just hangs signs on, this is mended. And it's not. It's like it's worse than it was to start with. But it's mended. Is it spelt wrong, or he's got the letters round the wrong way or something?
I can't remember. I'd need to.
But it's written like a child would write it in crayon. This is mended. And it's really rather sweet. But it's like you remember all the plots in Rent-A-Ghost, and it's you go, oh yeah, I remember that. There's like things with pendants and the private investigator and all sorts of things. And Kenny's. His name, gosh.
Kenneth who?
Who's in
Connor,
yes, sorry. That's Mr. What's his name?
Yeah.
And he gets really cross because nobody's got any idea who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being in it at all.
He's in it quite late.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not in the whole thing, he's only in the odd episode.
I know Paul is a huge Rent-A-Ghost sort of fan, because that was one of my first questions to Paul on the podcast. Which ghost would you rent and what would you ask them to do? And what was his answer? He either wanted Dobbin to cause a distraction whilst he robbed a bank or something, or Miss Popoff so he could have tea with her.
Yeah, and then when he got bored, he'd just stick flowers under her nose because she used to sneeze.
But that was just an excuse to have tea with Sue Nichols, wasn't it? It wasn't really anything to do with Miss Popoff.
No. And also you got to, in Rent-A-Ghost, you've got Amy McDonald as Susie Starlight, who was an actress, and she did like lots of fairy godmothers. So she came and she was the Perkins cleaner, but she used to give them wishes.
Right.
But when she used to do something, she used to open her bag and get a huge round of applause.
Okay.
So it's just these things you remember. I mean, I don't remember Pardon My Genie at all, but I did quite enjoy it when I watched it.
But that's the thing. I like joining the dots in you look what a writer writes sort of at some point, because you were saying about Galloping Galaxies as well. You really want to see some
I'd
more
like
of that.
to see some Galloping. I know it's probably the worst thing that Bob Block.
Really?
Right.
It's got Kenneth Williams in it. I mean,
that doesn't necessarily make it.
I know nothing about Galloping Galaxies, but
it's fun.
okay. Well, that's all right. I don't mind that.
It's a bit. Yeah, it's very mid-80s.
What?
I like it, and it's got a great theme tune.
Okay, how's it go?
Oh,
Go on, go on,
I
do it.
can't get the tune.
I'll
Look
do
it up.
this theme tune. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bong.
And the Thames
Oh,
shakes.
yes, we should say about it's a little piece of brilliance on behalf of Thames, and you get the Thames logo, you know, ding, 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 ding. And then you get the theme tune starts with a huge sort of bong, and the whole Thames logo shakes from side to side.
Fab.
And you just wouldn't be allowed to do anything like that because it would not be like the corporate image
Of ITV.
you know.
Or whatever.
But the fact that a kids show could get away with
doing
just playing about with the logo,
Well,
even before the show
because
started.
nobody was watching. No adults were watching.
No, so you could do what the hell you liked, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, give it a go. Pardon My Genie.
Hold it up
Available
again.
from Network
Zoom in.
and other places.
Other places.
Other retailers.
Would you like me to take you to other places, madam?
I think we'll just stop the video, shall we?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I have to press the button. Bye-bye.
Bye.